Morning, guys. Todd here with RC Ohio. I know it's been a time since I've done any videos. Just been busy in life and everything. So this one's just a short one. I got a small box from Roven yesterday, and I thought I'd share with you what I got. Nothing too exciting, just a tire haul, and I figured I'd show you what I got as far as tires and what my plans are, and then I think I got a lot of dismounting and mounting beadlock wheels and tires today. It's probably going to take a lot of time. So once I get all that done, I'll do a follow-up video and show you what tires went where and why. But all right, well, I'll just get to it, show you what I got. I did open one package of tires, so I'll show you which ones are in the bags and everything, and the part numbers and everything. But I'm a big fan of real aggressive knobbies, so these are very similar to what I have on my Kraken Vecta 5, my KV5. They seem to be a bit of a softer compound, so I'm a little curious about how they're going to do as far as expansion. They're just a touch bigger too as far as taller, not really any wider. These are them. The only thing I don't like about them is the raised white. Well, they're not even raised, it's just the white lettering, but I'll be doing away with that. Got a little trick that I did on my Primal dragster. I just put it on the stand and I ran it and took a drywall sand sponge and held it to the side of the tire, and it takes everything right off. Don't want to use any chemicals or anything because I'm afraid that if I do that it'll smear, and then if it smears and it breaks the tire down a little bit, then you'll have like a white mark embedded in the tire. So I go for the sanding option instead, but never a big fan of any kind of white lettering or anything, so that'll be coming off. So I bought 2 sets of these. I'm going to mount them on a separate set of wheels than the wheels that I actually have on the KV5, because the tires that I have on the KV5, which are very similar but seem to be a bit harder compound, they're the Mad Max. That's the make of those ones. These ones are actually Roven. Those are starting to wear a little bit because I have a bad habit of taking it on the pavement, even though I know I shouldn't, but do it anyway. So I guess if you're going to do that, you got to buy new tires. So those are another set, not of the same tire. Those are another set, not of the same tire. We'll go over those in a minute. These are the second set of those very same tires. The size on the tires are 195 by 80 millimeter. We'll give you an overall height and width in imperial, or inches. Coming in just around 7 1/4 for a height, or a diameter. And then as far as a width goes, right about, these treads are offset. There's a lug there, not there, and a lug there, but not there. So from outer lug to outer lug, we're looking at about 3 inches. So they're a good sized tire. They are, like I said, I feel like they're a softer compound, but I won't know until I shove some foams in them and get them mounted up to see how stiff they really feel. Second set, same tire, part number, in case you're interested. Be advised, if you order these tires from Roven, they do not come with foam inserts. So if you don't have foam inserts at home, you need to order those as well. At the price point for these tires, I can't imagine how he could include foams. So that's not to fault Rovin or Dan at Rovin. I think the pricing on their tires and everything is outstanding. Just warning you that if you don't have foams, you need to order them. All right, those are those 4 tires. Got another set of aggressive knobbied. These are going to be for the rear of my Shorty Q, or my Baja Q. This is the part number on these. These are more of a standard size for a Baja rear tire. They look all deformed the way they ship one inside of the other, but as soon as you pop them out, they go right to the shape that they should be. So I was a little concerned about that when I first got them, but once you put your wheel in there, no problem. These are actually belted, so they should, I don't want to call them zero growth, but they should probably have very little expansion, very little growth. So here, we'll use the one that's not so oblong, but these are the size on these. You probably won't be able to read it because they're black the way I like it. They're 170 by 80. Same aggressive style. Give you a size on these guys here. Saying overall on these, as far as a height, would be 6 1/4 inches. And these lugs, as you can see, they don't go quite all the way to the outside of the tire. So I'll give you a width of the actual tire itself. Oops. We're looking at, I'd say 3 1/4 from sidewall to sidewall. Alright, that is that. Now, these ones, I don't believe there was an actual tag on the bag when I opened the box, so I don't know that I can give you a part number. Let me dig through the box real quick and make sure it just didn't fall off in there. I can tell you what they're called. You could just search that on Rovin's website. Yeah, there's not a tag for the bag, which I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me. I got the tires, that's what I wanted. So these are an actual bow tie style tire, and these are going to be for the rear of my Baja 5 BSS. Oh, they're sticky. There we go. All right. So as I said, I don't have a part number for these, but I can show you what they are. I doubt you'll be able to read the print on them. They're called an MT tire on the tire themselves. It says Rovin 4-wheel drive, and the size is once again 180 by 70. The reason I bought these for the Baja is because if you look over here, my front tires on the Baja are Proline bow ties, and I always really like those tires. I do believe they've been discontinued, but as you can see, they're Proline. And being that they're on the front of a two-wheel buggy, they don't really wear, so I'm not really worried about them being discontinued. But I do like them. I've always liked what they look like, and they grip very well. So the problem is, though, is Proline, being the big company that they are, and they were always a, Proline, you'd always, back in the day, you'd think, oh, well, of course, they're going to have the best tires. And this is years ago. This is like 10 years ago or so. I got to order Proline tires and pay the big money and blah, 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 blah. Well, they dropped the ball. They never made a match. I like my tires to match. I like them to look the same. That's just how I am. They never made a match for the rear. So I ended up buying Badlands, which was also another expensive tire. We'll get to that. And I was never able to find a bow tie style tire to match the fronts, even, but I kept them on there, the fronts, because I like them so much. Well, lo and behold, Roven, who used to be the underdog, is obviously carrying the fifth scale world now. I won't spend my money on, I'm not wasting my money on Proline tires and stuff like that. My money is going to go to Roven, it's going to go to Dan, and look what they have. That looks like a nice match to me. Those are bow ties. So when I saw them, I just had to have them. I'm going to be adding them to the 5B, and then I finally have a matching set of tires, which I do like the bow ties. So 180 by 70 bow tie. Out to out on the tread is just over 2 3/4. Hope you could see that. The center tread is a bit higher than the outer lugs, so I'm going to overshoot on this a little bit. You'll probably notice that. I would call that, from out to out, for a height, would be around 7 1/8 inches. So anyway, no more Proline for me, no more of the expensive tires. This is Roven is where I'm going to be going for my tires. I've had a really good experience with the Mad Max tires, which I have on the KV5, which are also I guess you'd consider them a Chinese tire or whatever. I think they're probably made by the same manufacturer, because I do see this H in the tread. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know how my lighting is. Just bear with me. And when I got these, on the Kraken, they also had an H in the center. They no longer do, though. Obviously, they're pretty worn. They still got a lot of life in them, though. I'm not complaining. I just figured while I was ordering tires, I'd order tires for everybody, kind of everybody. So that's that. I've been real happy with those tires, and I figure I'm just gonna keep testing what's going on with different makes of different tires. I have some other wheels coming, and I'm going to mount these up on said wheels. These are the the stock original Kraken tires, the tires that came with the Kraken. I was never impressed with them when it's probably the only bad thing I have to say about the Kraken. When I opened the box, actually before I ever even got the metal, I knew I wouldn't really like them. With the tight and flat tread pattern, I think they'll probably wear really good for a street tire or a road tire. So I'm going to go ahead and mount those up, and I'm going to keep them around and probably take them with me when I go out bashing. And if I decide to do road stuff and I'm not too lazy, I'll just swap the tires real quick, and this will be my street tire. Alright guys, well, I got a lot of work to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just start getting going on my tire stuff. Like I said, these tires here, these ones here are going to go on the back of the Shorty. I'm going to mount them up. Right now I have my original 5B SS tires and wheels on the Shorty. I'm actually going to take those off, and I am going to mount those tires up on the original Shorty wheels. However, I do not like the red bead locks. I never have. So I am going to replace those with these. And I'll show you what that looks like. I just did a little test last night to see how I felt about the look of that. Obviously not with the tires that I'm going to be putting on there, but we'll turn this guy around and... Wait a minute, I was on the right side to begin with. So that is actually the original Shorty wheel with the black bead lock on it, and I do like the look of that. We're also going to be sharing those tires and wheels and the new MT, wherever they are. Oh, these ones down here that I'm mounting up, we're going to be sharing those with the X-Max, because I'm not in love with the stock tires and wheels that came on the X-Max. I'm keeping them, and they do what you need them to do, but I think fifth scale tires and wheels on it are going to be a little better. As far as fifth scale wheels go and the X-Max, there is a little bit of a fitment issue, I guess you could say. A fifth scale wheel it's got a 24 millimeter hex, of course, like everything else in fifth scale world. The X-Max also has a 24 millimeter hub. However, the actual axle stub is much smaller than the ID of the hub on the fifth scale wheel. So I printed these bushings, solid bushings, that are the same size as the X-Max hub, and they just insert like so to shrink that, take that up to keep any of the extra force or slop off of the inside hub of the wheel. So that's that. Like I said, I'm going to get to work, and then I will make a follow-up video later and show you guys how it turned out, what turned out, and who gets what wheels and tires and how that's going to be. So I appreciate you guys watching. Any comments or questions are welcomed. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.